Hello and welcome to Title Talk. I'm Karen Hamstra. It's Monday, February 24th, and surprise, surprise, I have some new books to show you. The first four we're just going to go through quickly because they are well-known authors, and I just want to alert you to the fact that they have new titles out. The first one is Louise Erdrich, The Night Watchman. She remains a very popular author. And this is based on the extraordinary life of her grandfather. So, kind of a historical novel. The ever-popular Joanne Fluke has a new Hannah Swenson mystery, The Coconut Layer Cake Murder. We cannot release this until tomorrow, but it will be available then. And I think we have 2 copies. And when I last checked, there was only 1 hold for 2 copies. So act now and it might be yours immediately. James Grippando has a new title called The Big Lie, and that also has to wait until Tuesday. Oh, and the Louise Erdrich book, I'm so sorry, it cannot be released until May 3rd. So place your holds now on that and hurry up and wait. Steve Berry, who is extremely popular, has one called The Warsaw Protocol. His Cotton Malone books are always hot, and that too releases February 25th. And then we have some books by lesser known authors, but still worth your reading time. Wildland by Rebecca Hodge. This book got really good reviews. It's about a person named Kat Jameson. She has breast cancer and she moves with her husband, 2 children, and a couple of dogs to the Blue Ridge Mountains after it becomes obvious that her cancer is going to be fatal. And she just plans on living out a nice, peaceful existence there. But lightning strike ignites a huge brush fire. It cuts her and the children and the dogs off from the rest of the place where they are camping. And it's just about their adventures after this fire and what Kat has to do to survive with the rest of her family. Jane Tyne, perhaps? The Words I Never Wrote. This revolves around a manual typewriter that the main character, who is in the present day, her name is Juno Lambert, and she buys this typewriter that formerly belonged to a celebrated journalist, Cordelia Capel, and she was based in Paris, and she had a socialite sister named Irene who married a man from Berlin back in 1936, and he whisked her off to Berlin. And Irene got this job at a newspaper in Paris, and they started exchanging letters, and as time passed, it became increasingly obvious that Irene's letters could not begin to convey what was happening to her in Berlin. So Irene no longer dared admit what her existence was like, of course. So knowing that their letters could not tell the true story of it all, Cordelia decided to fill in the blanks by writing the truth on this Underwood typewriter. And when present-day Juno Lambert bought the typewriter, she found the uncompleted manuscript in the case with the typewriter. And she resolves to uncover the secret that continued to divide the sisters amid the turmoil of love, espionage, and war. So it's another World War II Nazi adventure type book. Here we have a new mystery book by Holly Quinn called A Crafter Quilts a Crime. And this is a small quilt craft shop in a small town that has a sale, a one-night only craft show and sale. And to boost traffic, they ask local people to pose as mannequins in their window, their store's display window. And it's a contest to see who can hold their pose the longest. Well, this local quilter named Wanda Wadsworth, she just remains glassy-eyed no matter what people do to try to make her flinch, blink, move, whatever, until finally they realize that, guess what? She's dead. So the local police detective has to figure out just what happened to the now deceased Wanda Wadsworth. So I think that sounds kind of fun. The Fifth Avenue Story Society by Rachel Hauck, H-A-U-C-K. This has an interesting supposition, too. When 5 New Yorkers receive an anonymous, mysterious invitation to the Fifth Avenue Story Society, they suspect they're victims of a practical joke. No one knows who sent the invitations, no one has heard of the literary society, and no one is prepared to reveal their deepest secrets to a room full of strangers. Yet curiosity and loneliness bring them back week after week to the old library, and it's there that they discover the stories of their hearts and the kind of friendship and love that heals their souls. The Fifth Avenue Story Society. And last but not least, we have a romance novel called Photos of You by Tammy Robinson. And this is another cancer story. It's about when Ava Green turns 28, she discovers that this is her last birthday because the cancer that she thought she had beaten 3 years ago has returned and now it's terminal. So she decides she's not going to waste any of the time she has left, and all she truly wants is the one thing she's been dreaming of since she was a little girl, and that's a wedding. There's only one problem. She has no groom. So her friends and family rally around to help her throw the wedding of her dreams without a husband-to-be. But word spreads on social media and things happen. So you can imagine how that might unwind. Photos of You, a novel by Tammy Robinson. So I hope you find something there that you think you would like to read. Hop on and put a hold on it, or come down and check it out. We'll talk to you next week. Happy reading.